All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We have a fun little interesting video that we're going to do today about Kevin Porter Jr., as you can probably tell from the title. But before we get into it, guys, if you enjoy the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It really helps out the algorithm like a whole bunch, man. You guys don't even know. So appreciate it. If you like it, hit that like button. Let's just get right into today's video. So we've seen Kevin Porter Jr. play a handful of games now for the Houston Rockets, and in those games, he's gone 13 points, 5 rebounds, 10 assists, 3 steals, 27 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 steal, 11 points, 7 rebounds, nothing. And then last night, 22 points. By the way, he played 41 minutes, which is beautiful. I love to see that. 22 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. He did a little bit of everything. So that puts his season average 18 points per game, 3 rebounds per game, 8 assists per game, a steal and a half per game, and a block and a half per game. So obviously it's only been 4 games. I don't want to lose my mind, but honestly, I think the potential is there. Like, nobody is even arguing the potential. It's just there. But I'm talking about the potential of possibly being the next, or possibly even better than James Harden. So last year, Kevin was on the Cavs, didn't play too much, only got about 20 or so minutes a night, put up about 10 points per game. When you go and you look at Oklahoma City and you think about James Harden's first year, he put up about 10 points per game. He actually had less rebounds, less assists per game than Kevin Porter Jr. averaged last year. And he played in the same amount of minutes, about 23, 22 minutes per game. So you go to the next year, James Harden, almost 27 minutes per game, only 5 starts, played in all 82. Only about 12 points per game. So he got about 5 more minutes, put up about 2 extra points. His assist numbers went up almost 2, and his total rebounds went up almost 1. His steals remained the same. The year after that, not even that much crazier, averaged 31 minutes per game, so a lot more, 62, only played in 62 games that season, 17 points per game. A little under 4 assists per game, and about 4 rebounds per game. So here's kind of what I'm trying to get at. It wasn't until, obviously, when James Harden got to Houston in 2012 when he put up 26 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds. So here's what I'm saying is, and also something to keep in mind, James Harden's rookie year, he's 20 years old. Second year, he's 21. Kevin right now is 20. What I'm saying is, what I see from this dude in these NBA games, I don't care who we're playing. I don't care who we're playing. I don't care who is on our team here in the NBA. He's played Sacramento, who isn't a horrible team one bit. I know they've got their issues, but it's not like they're the 2008 New Jersey Nets or whatever team, whatever year that was in. Next game, Utah. No one's going to argue Utah's defense. Not a single somebody argue Utah's defense, and I would love to see if anybody on the planet could argue Utah has a bad defense. That was Kevin's best game, 27 points, 8 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks. His best game. 1 3. I mean, so next up, go to Boston. Good team. Was a little inefficient there. Last night, a little inefficient from deep. But here's what I'm saying. The similarities, the stats, stats don't rule everything, right? Because we look at James Harden right now, several years into his NBA career, and you could argue the first 2 years of his career weren't spectacular one bit. Literally at all. And he was only getting, 23 minutes, 26 minutes, or 27, whatever it was. And he was only putting up 10 points per game, 12 points per game. So That's kind of why I get a little confused when people ask, why are Rockets fans so high on Kevin Porter Jr.? Well, it's because point to me the other 20-year-olds going out in the NBA playing like this. And the thing is you can. Because when a 20-year-old goes out and does things like this in the NBA, you talk about it. Like, oh, you see that cat John Morant? Like, hell yeah. That's what Kevin Porter Jr. will be by the end of this season. If he stays healthy, I guarantee you, no matter what happens. Even if they hold on to PJ Tucker, they hold on to Victor Oladipo, they hold on to Eric, they hold on to John, not a single person gets traded. In fact, if we become buyers at the deadline, we get John Collins, we become buyers at the deadline, I guarantee you, every non-casual NBA fan will know who Kevin Porter Jr. is. Because there are still people who watch the NBA who are like don't even know anything about Kevin. And he'll have that breakout game. He'll have that big game. Trust me, 27-8 is not his big breakout game, as crazy as it sounds. He'll have that big breakout game. He'll have that 30-point triple-double this season. With all these injuries, with everything that's going on right now, Nwab is out for an extended period of time as well now. The opportunities are going to be there. He's going to start getting into his groove. We've seen him, the most amount of threes he made in one game? I think it was 2 against Boston or something like that. He's only made 2. His high in games this year is 2 from deep. Very inefficient. Last night, I believe he was 1 of 9. Need him to be way more aggressive, which he's starting to become a little bit more aggressive. Definitely want him to see, I understand 1 of 9 is not a good night from deep. I want him to, when he gets that ball and he's open for 3, I want him to just shoot that ball. Literally just shoot it. I don't need to see a pump fake, jab step, dribble, and then a step back 3. Even though if it's still open, just, don't pump fake. Just commit to the shot. Trust your shot, and they'll start to fall. Trust me, I'm sure it has to do with the 17 losing games because, none of the players want to continue to lose. As fans, we want them to lose so we can get a better draft pick. But as players, the last thing they want to do is lose. So it makes sense that when you're 1 of 7, 1 of 6, 1 of 5 from deep, and you're trying to not lose your 17th straight game, I can understand it makes sense when you're only 3 games acclimated into your new team that you're not going to just start firing off 3-point shots. But that's exactly what we want to see. I had my predictions for Kevin at 15 points per game when he first came on to Houston. And that was mainly because of minutes. If Kevin were to be a starter, he's putting up 20, and he's probably going to end up with 6 assists and probably end up with 3 rebounds. I mean, outside of that one bad offensive shooting game, Boston, where he scored 11, he's got a game of 27, he's got a game of 22, and another with 13. I think 15 points per game is a very safe bet, but I really think he'll inch up towards 20. And if he doesn't get to 20, I would 100% expect him to hover above 17.5. 18 right now seems, I wouldn't be surprised if he ended with 18 points per game. I wouldn't be surprised one bit. 18 points per game, 8 assists. That's unbelievable, man. So just kind of the whole NBA found out about Christian Wood, I guarantee you something happens with this team. When Christian Wood comes back tonight, maybe they get on a little bit of a win streak. Kevin and Christian Wood are red hot in that win streak. And I guarantee you, especially if one of them falls onto do we even have any big time network games? I don't even know if we have any this second half, but all it takes is one big game against a big market team and you'll start to turn some heads, just like what happened with Shaq and Christian Wood on TNT. Shaq literally said, I have no idea. I had no idea who you were before this game, because I'm telling you, the media, they don't watch basketball. They don't watch basketball, because why would they? They don't need to. They already get paid to talk about basketball. Why were Shaq's not out here watching fucking Rockets games, I'll tell you that. So we know, we see the potential. We see the James Harden 2.0. Does the rest of the league? No. But does it matter? Absolutely not. It's actually better. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And I will see you guys later tonight, most likely. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Peace out.